Hello guys, welcome to another tutorial part, Adalo Class for Beginners Part 3. And today we are going to continue from where we stopped in Part 2. And so far we have been talking about some basics in terms of building an Adalo app. And we have picked a project for this tutorial series. And the name of our app that we are building is Nenify, in order to refresh our memory, Nenify. And Nenify is going to be similar to Udemy, which is a platform where you can get on to purchase courses to learn digital skills. Users can get on to purchase course and learn, and other type of users can get on to list their available courses. So that is an app that we are building. But today we are going to be talking about, we are still on the basics, and we are going to be talking about components, and we are going to introduce ourselves to Adalo database. But first of all, we are going to create our app that we are going to call Lenify, as we have been discussing over the tutorial. So if you have not created an app before, you come down. This is where you see the apps you have, and right here you are going to see all the accounts you have access to. But this is what we want to do with. You come here to create a new app, and when you are creating a new app, you are going to be presented with options to either create mobile only, or you want to create for all screen sizes, which is mobile, tablet, and desktop. So if you are creating for all the screen sizes, you go with this option. If you are creating for mobile only, you go with this option. But in our own case, we are going to be creating for mobile, tablet, and desktop. So we click on that in next. So you click on your mobile, tablet, desktop option, then next. Our app is being created. So right here, we are going to be presented with some templates of an app that we can actually start from. But in our own case, for our learning, we are going to be starting with a blank app, and you are going to have two options. Either you want to start from desktop and scale down to mobile, or you want to start from mobile and scale up to desktop. But we are going to start with desktop and scale down to mobile. So we go on next. Here we're going to put the name of our app, which we have called Learnify. Then here is the theme of the app, or we are going to stick with the theme of the owner of this account. And this is our primary color and the secondary color. These are the default colors that will come with Adalo, but we are going to change this in a bit. So we continue to create our app. So when you create an app, let's talk about the available things here, which we have talked about before. This is where you come to make use of different components that are available on an Adalo, and you can create a screen from here as well. This is where you customize your app with colors and fonts. Then this is where you see list of all the screens you have. This is where you work on your database, and this is the settings of your account. This is where you go to in order to make some redirects, and this is where you go to publish your app. This shows the analytics about the app, and this is going to be showing the history of your app. You can make a version of your app as you are working. You can only use this on a paid account. So back to the branding, where we can set colors. Now we are building an app that is called Lenify, and we are going to be using colors that is a different color, not too sharp, not too are going to combine this color. Just want to use something a bit not to color, not to push it. If we use complete red, I think this is what we are going to have. Let's stick with that. So this will be our primary color. And Adalo has already set it, so you're going to see it's going to set these colors for you. Then let's change our base. Let's have this. Actually, let's have this as primary color. Okay, yeah, let's have this as our primary color. Then we are going to change the secondary color. Okay, so our background color, we are going to leave it as white. Our default text color, let's leave it as this. Not too black, it's more of charcoal black. So our headings, we are going to change this. Let's change this to the other, and let's change this to this. So if you're on a paid version, you can see more options so you can use. Now let's go directly to different kind of screens you can have on your app. Now, when you create an app, there are different type of screens. Now, if you click on this and you come here, you're going to see the three types. There is home screen, there is welcome screen, and there is normal screen. Now, welcome screen it's like a splash screen that a user sees when they get onto your app for the first time. And normally they are not supposed to come there once they get into your app. And then the home screen is where they are landed the moment they log into your app. And the normal screen is just every other screens on your app aside from these two screens. So on our app, we are going to have the home screen, and this on our home screen is going to have the name of our app, which is Learnify, and it's going to have an image that is kind of close to learning. We might change this later. We are going to leave as default like this for now. And this sign up screen is going to take them to sign up page for them to sign up. In our subsequent training, we are going to be designing this sign up and log in ourselves. But for now, we are going to leave it at this. So on this is for people this will go to sign up page. Already have an account. Anyone that already creates an account on the app can go to the login page to log in. In the subsequent videos, you are going to be tasked to redesign this screen to look more of a splash screen. Now let's talk about some components, because right now you can see a lot of things on our app. So let's talk about some components that are available on Adalo that you can use for different things. So the first one here is text. Text, of course, as it is pronounced, is used for anything written on your app that you want to have in the front end or you want users to see in the back end. That is text. For example, I can put here, "You are welcome," or let's just say "welcome back," just for greeting. And for every component, you can see this styles where you can style your components right here. The width, the eyes. This one is to make your text multi-line. Either you want there to write multiple lot of sentences, or you just want it to be a single line, then you put this off. Then if you want users on the front end to be able to copy your text, you put on this copyable. If not, you leave it off. This is the opacity of the app, if how transparent you want it to be. and this is you want it to have auto width. So most of the components has this setting, so we are not going to be going over this for every other component. So well, you know that what it has styles that you can edit. And another thing that you can do is that what you can for text and from some other components, you can change the fonts from here, even though it has been set by default for the general app, but you can change for specific con- text on your app. You can change the font, can change the color, you can change the alignment of the text and so on. And this is where you can bring information from your database. So we are going to try more on that when we get to talk on database. So let's go to now. Here you see setup, that's the setup of the components. Here you see layout, how it is going to be, how visible, how it's going to appear on the for front for users, how it's going to appear for users. Desktop, tablets, you can put it off. You don't want it to show on any of the device, either on desktop or tablet or mobile. You can put it off. And right here is where you can switch between tablet, desktop, and mobile. You can switch from here. So from here you can see how it's going to be scaled down to tablets and to desktop. So every component we have this kind of, so we'll not be talking about this in other components for now. But the moment we get serious about our app, we are going to be using all those for the design and the configurations of our components on our designs. So let's go on and talk about another component, which is button. So button, of course, is something that you users can click for something to happen. Either you want them to sign up, you click a button, you click on sign up, or you want them to do anything, you want them to purchase, you want them to add to carts, all those kind of things. You are going to use button for them. And your first, you can configure your button as well. You can put a name, you can say instead you can say okay. I think I deleted the button. So I can say, okay, this button should be sign up. If you want people to sign up, or any other thing that you want. Now, our button has icon. You can put an icon that match, or you remove it totally. Okay, so it has edit styles as well. Another thing called button has is that what you can activate multiple stage. This is the default sign up. You can activate this to be another thing. You can say log out, and the button will be log out. You know, so you can have it to do different things. But we are not going to dwell on that. Once you get serious about our app, we are going to see the application of all those. So right now, okay, so there are some other settings you can do as well. Like I said, every component has their edit styles where you can edit them. So we are going to talk about another component, which is let's talk about simple list. This is another component where you can display things repeatedly. And you don't, for example, you want to design something, you want to show a product, or you want to show people that are on your app. You don't have to doing them, you don't have to be designing them on your screen one by one. You can use simple list and just make sure that what you select your database that you want to what you want to display. You click on it, then it's going to display all of them, everything in your database. It's going to display them all. So all this will be talked about more as we are using them. So let's see another component. So app bar, this is uh where you set top bar title, or top bar title for your app on top here. You see the moment I click on it, it goes straight to the top of the screen. That is app bar. You can use to name your screen. I can put the name of the screen there. So I can put title. So I can say oh. So or I put the name of the screen. I can the icon there. I can tell it to go back anytime they click on it to go back to the previous screen. So that is app bar. There are other components we can see. There's image of course, profile image or any other similar thing you want to have on your app. You are going to use image components. You can upload your image, pick it from the database, or even use a link, and then you can edit the styles as well. There's another component which is form, which is similar to what Adalo has used, which is exactly what Adalo has used here by default for any app that you create. So this is a form, and it can be whatever this form is meant for. It has to be in the database so that you can connect it to the form, and you can pick any action you want the form to be able to do. So this is something we are going to talk about more as we are building our app. So these are the major and the most used components, but there are other components as well. You see, all these are different categories that are so many components you can explore. So in navigation is about navigation of your app. You have side navigation, top navigation. You have there's bottom navigation. For if I have bottom navigation here, I'm going to have menu below at the bottom of the page. So if I should use a side navigation, you are going to have the menu at the side right at the left side of your page. Or if you choose for it to be here, it's going to be at the right side of your screen. So that is navigation. Let's talk about another. Okay, we talk about list. We used the simple list in the list category, but there are other kind of list which was almost similar to the simple list we used earlier. Buttons, there are different buttons that are all categorized together as buttons here. We've talked about this one. There is this one called action button. It always sits in one corner of the screen and it will always be there. You know, that's how it looks like. You can edit it as well, make other changes. So and similar lists as well. And buttons as well. Then let's go to simple. Simple where you can see all basic components, starting from text that we talk about, image we've talked about. You can see video if you want video content. This will be very useful for us a lot because we are building uh, a tutorial, a course app, and we are going to be needing videos. So those are kind of components we are going to be using. You can have shape, eclipse, you can have rectangle, you can have vector, which is our triangle. You can have web view. You can have a link of a link or a website, an extra website displayed on your own app as if it's part of your app. That's what web view is for. Yeah, this web view. So I can put a link here and it's going to display on the app just as if it's part of the app. So for other components as well, you have other components, forms and fields. That's for form collecting details from users from this input field. It's similar to this one that is right here. So you can use to collect information from users, other forms and fields as well. So there is file picker for uploading files, image picker for uploading images, picker for calendar. There's location for geolocation, live locations, or putting live address. There is drop down as well for providing options for users to pick from. Then there are other components that have been installed from the market. Map, you can have Stripe for payments, calendar, you can have Google sign in. You want people to sign up with Google and sign in with Google. That's a component you can use. Image slider, you want different images to be scrolling across your page on your page. So there are other components as well that you need to install from the marketplace. Anyone that is missing, you can always head over to marketplace and install. and install them. So we are going to round it up here on the components. So more of this will be talked about when we start building our app fully. So this video is getting too long already, and we are going to cut it short here. In the part 4, we are going to be talking about database. We are going to be looking at database base briefly before we start building our app fully. So for now, we are going to stop here. Do well to make use of all these components that have been talked about one by one, see how they can be used, how they can be modified, how they can be styled differently, get used to them before we start building our app fully. And the next video, we are going to be talking about database. We're going to be talking about database. So your task for this video is to combine all these components we've talked about and try to create something. Try to create something. Try to create something with all these components. And specifically, I'm going to give you this. This is a field, input field, and this is a text. This is a text, and this is a button. Use these components to create a form like this, a form like this. Understand? A form like this. And so we'll be stopping here now. If you like this video so far, give it a subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.